Sometimes we forget why we fast on Asarah B'Teves, so here's a quick refresher. On the 10th of Teves, we mark the day that Nebuchadnezzar first laid siege to Yerushalayim. The Beis Hamikdash wasn't destroyed, that came much later, but this was the moment where everything began to slide, the beginning of the end. Asarah B'Teves also is a commemoration for tragedies that happened on the 8th and 9th. On the 8th, Talmai HaMelech, or King Ptolemy, forced the Torah to be translated into Greek, and they wrote the Septuagint. Chazal tell us when this happened, darkness descended upon the world. And on the 9th of Teves, Ezra Sofer, one of the greatest Jewish leaders in Jewish history, passed away. But what connects all these moments is that none of them are about the final destruction. They're about turning points, about the start of a process, about moments where something essential was weakened. The door was opened for further slide downhill. Some sources even tell us that maybe this is the day that Yosef was sold by his brothers. And here too we see a same pattern. It wasn't the end of the story, it was the moment when everything began to unravel. And there's something really deep. When Yosef meets his brothers down in Egypt, he doesn't try to shame them. He tries to change their perceptions. He's pulling them out of guilt, trauma, and this narrow thinking. And his message is that while darkness did enter the world through their actions, there is also something else that's born. Yosef went down to the darkest place, but he began to bring light. Through his descent into Egypt, he was able to be a savior for them in the time of famine. And the same is true with the Torah being translated to Greek. Yeah, translation weakens depth, nuance is lost. But now, those that don't have the access to Torah because they don't understand the Hebrew text, could now begin to have a relationship with the Torah. The destruction of the Beis Hamikdash, the Galus, yes, it was bad, but there's also something new that's born. A new depth of relationship that we developed by going through the darkness. And really, all of this is bringing us towards the redemption. Asarah B'Teves reminds us that when the door is open for sliding, it's really bad. However, it's also the beginning of an even bigger story. The end is not the destruction, but there's something new that's being born through every darkness. So why do we fast? We're fasting because of the pain of the descent into darkness. And that darkness is real. But at the same time, we open ourselves to the unfolding redemption.